The whole issue of tax cuts and taxing the rich.
Well, he was too vague on that. What he should have done is said that Ronald Reagan supported capital gains and dividend taxes like ordinary income. So there wasn't this split where the rich get lower tax on their capital gains or dividend. And he didn't tie in any idea of revenues for the public works program that he touted. You know, Amy, State of the Union speeches are signaling presentations. They signal by what they say, how they say it, and what they don't say. And on that criteria, it wasn't a very coherent speech. He stressed civil liberties and never mentioned what he's going to do about the renewal of the notorious Patriot Act provisions. He said that there should be more oil and gas production, and then he warned about climate change. He said there should be strengthening unions and voices of workers, and then he took it away with the Trans-Pacific Trade Agreement, which exports jobs, and he wants to ram through Congress a voiceless fast track that prohibits amendments and labor from having a role in that deliberation. He didn't even mention the hundreds of billions of dollars of commercial fraud on Medicare and Medicaid and patients in the private sector. Hundreds of billions of dollars of corporate crime he never mentioned. He could have done a convergence with the Republicans on auditing the Pentagon, which sounds dull, but it's a huge issue that the rank and file on both sides support, in contrast to the leadership in Congress. He could have easily converged because as Senator Obama teamed up with Senator Coburn, the Republican, to put the full text of hundreds of billions of dollars of corporate contracts online. So competitors, taxpayers, the media, the academia can analyze and prune the huge waste, fraud, and corruption. Also notice that he said again, close down Gitmo. Well, we've heard that song before. Again, he didn't mention the Israeli-Palestinian conflict at all. And I think what is most troubling is what he avoided saying. Like he desperately needs funding for his programs, like daycare and so on. And he didn't mention the squeeze on the IRS budget by the Republicans. So the IRS now cannot begin to collect what they say is $300 billion of evaded taxes every year. That's $300 billion of evaded taxes, not avoided taxes, which David K. Johnson will be talking about. So I think he missed a lot of opportunities, and it was not specific enough, it was not coherent enough, and he could have gone for more convergence with the Republicans, as I point out in great detail in my book, Unstoppable, the Emerging Left-Right Coalition to Dismantle the Corporate State.
That was President Obama last night in a State of the Union address. Ralph Nader, the subtitle of Unstoppable, your new book, The Emerging Left-Right Alliance to Dismantle the Corporate State. Can you weave this into it, talking about increasing the minimum wage and taxing the rich? Do you really see a left-right alliance here?
Oh, definitely. Obama simply isn't credible on minimum wage. When he ran in 2008, he said $9.50 by 2011, never said anything or did anything for the first 4 years of his term. Then when he started talking about it, it wasn't really serious. He spent a lot of days before the last election, last year, running around raising money from high wealthy salons and didn't spend the time, as Senator Reid wanted him to, on pushing the minimum wage and nationalizing the issue and making it a cutting edge against the Republican. It is a left-right issue, Amy. It comes in about 80% in the polls. That means a lot of conservative workers in Walmart are for restoring the minimum wage, which, if you adjust it for inflation, would be $11 an hour now instead of the federal minimum wage of $7.25. Notice President Obama didn't put a figure. He didn't say how much he wanted. It is a left-right issue, beautifully argued by people like Nick Hanauer, the billionaire in Seattle, Ron Unz, conservative in California. Mitt Romney's come out for it, Rick Santorum, Phyllis Schlafly, Bill O'Reilly, and still he will not put a figure on it. And so the speech reminded me of Shakespeare's words. Words, words, words.